Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the FrostBytez gaming experience, where we're going to be taking a good trip down memory lane for Will here, as we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Now, first off, right out of the gate, you're probably wondering what happened to the menu. We went straight from the intro right to the level select, but for whatever reason, my capturing device won't capture the menu, the main menu anyways, for whatever reason. But it can capture everything else, so not that much of a big deal. Obviously, all you're going to miss is me going through the settings to make sure my controller is set up right and creating a whole entire new profile. That's about it. But once you do get into it, you essentially given a quick briefing of what's going on here.
Run over Moss Isley with Wedge Antilles, but keep your eyes open for any suspicious activity.
Your obvious intro level, just see what's going on. Once you select it, you're able to see what kind of ships you're able to take onto the mission. You're usually only allowed to pick one in your first run through, but after you beat the entire game, you're able to go back and use any of these vehicles and then some, as we're going to take a quick little swing through. So we got the X-Wing, the A-Wing, Speeder, Millennium Falcon, we'll go over that more after I've already beaten the game, the Y-Wing, the V-Wing, the Naboo Starfighter, which in the N64 version you had to put in a code to unlock this, but in the Steam version, for whatever reason, it's already completely unlocked. I'll go over into more detail about the ships and, you know, strengths and weaknesses and whatnot once we use them, but I just want to dive right in. So, before we get started here, obviously, there's probably, I don't know if there's a huge question on everyone's mind, but, you know, I generally think that, you know, because I stated in my Batman Arkham Asylum that this was the game that made me beg my parents for an N64. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are thinking, well, I begged my parents for an N64 because of Mario 64. I did it for Ocarina of Time. Why Star Wars Rogue Squadron for you? Well, two reasons. One, I was a Star Wars fan growing up as a kid, and two, my neighbor had it. And, you know, when I see a Star Wars game, especially when it's a fighter pilot style game, which I had another one on my computer that was a lot like it, I'm obviously going to try and go for it. So here we go. Chapter 1, The Rebel Opposition. 6 months have passed since the Battle of Yavin. The Death Star has been destroyed, but the fight for freedom is far from over. As the war against the Empire rages across the vastness of space, Luke Skywalker forms the legendary Rogue Squadron from the Rebel Alliance's most skilled X-Wing pilots. Their mission to defend a struggling Rebel Alliance against a still powerful and battle-hardened Imperial foe in a last-ditch effort to control the galaxy. So essentially, we're looking at events that's going on between episodes 4 and 5. Now, there's a lot of Star Wars games out there that are considered non-canon, and I don't know if Star Wars Rogue Squadron is also considered non-canon or not. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on it if it is or isn't. It doesn't really matter. It's just a fun game with a fun little story, all, you know, driven together. So basically in this game, we're looking at 16 levels, bonus levels, but we'll get to that once we get to it. Just 16 levels of just varying missions, from destroy this to protect that. You know, it's all kinds of fun, you know, and that's what we're looking to do. We're just looking to have some good old fun today. So what is our mission for the day? We're just kind of flying around Tatooine, seeing what's going on.
Still back at base, but I thought we could take an early morning run through Beggar's Canyon.
Alrighty. So right out of the gate, one of the first things that you're going to be seeing me doing is messing with the camera a lot, because for whatever reason in this port, the camera has you flying very far away from it. So there's going to be a numerous amount of times you're going to see me fiddle with the camera quite a bit, just to try and get it to where it feels natural to me. But after every single cutscene, it completely just resets it back to where you're constantly zooming away from it, and it's really annoying. Anyways, start off here, we got some probe droids to take care of. Nothing too bad. They each should take one shot to be taken care of. Really quickly, so every single vehicle has their own little side thing. X-Wing, you can lock them. You can set them to attack position. Locking them makes you faster. Attack position allows you to attack. You can set it to where you have different kinds of attacks. Double attack, 4 attack, or single attack. Generally, you want to stick with the single attack. We're going to take a little detour, however. And we're actually going to lock it into 4 because it's easier to take out, you know, little things like this. Very nice. Now, why are we doing this? Because it's actually not a part of the mission. Well, there's a reason for that, but we'll get to it once we get to it. Whoa, and we've already got some in our way anyways. I thought it was a little bit further we had to go, but that's fine. Alrighty. Let's just take out this probe droid here, and then we'll turn around and take out the other one. So every single ship has like their own little side thing, and this one just allows you to go a little bit faster, which is kind of neat because sometimes you have timed, well, not sometimes, you always have a bit of a time mission based on medals. which again we will get more into once we finish this up. We got one more group of pro droids to take care of. No big deal. They're a little bit further away than I thought, but that's fine. Looks like my buddies are taking care of some of them anyways. You're generally all that you can really count on. A lot of times your allies ain't going to do all that much, but there are some times where they can prove useful. So once you get done taking out all the probe droids, you're going to have to help out Mos Eisley here because you got 6 TIE bombers to take care of. Once you take care of those, mission 1 out of 16 is done. A really easy tutorial level. It doesn't really teach you a whole lot, though. But, you know, this was back in the day when, you know, tutorial missions are just go for it. So as you can see, I'm kind of getting a little strangely away from the camera because we just had a cutscene and I didn't reset it. So if I don't reset it, it just keeps doing that and it gets all kinds of crazy and out of control. So that's why you're going to see me fiddling with the camera a lot and getting it set up to the way I need. Now, it is possible to lose this if this city takes way too much damage, but it takes a lot for that to happen. So there you go. Mission 1's done.
Squadron. We might make a name for ourselves after all.
So this is basically your first mission. And we got the gold medal. So, mission complete. So every single time you beat a mission, you are given an award. Either, well, you're given an award of just beating the mission. There you go. But then there's also 3 medals that you can get. You can obviously get no medals if you didn't do well enough of these 5 categories to even get one, but you get bronze, silver, and gold. And it shows you generally what's needed for the next rank up whenever you do get one or don't get one. So for gold, we had to do it under 3 minutes, easy. Have to kill all 31 enemies. If you do not kill those 2 stormtroopers and those two other stormtroopers on top of whatever those creatures are, you're always going to be 4 enemies short, so you have to make sure you take care of them. You had to have at least 15% accuracy. There's a lot of them that don't require that high of an accuracy percentage, so just go crazy. And friendly save, it's usually the buildings, but I also noticed that friendly save also includes your own life count in this game, and generally you have 3 lives per level. Now sometimes I've noticed that the lives in this game would reset to 3 on a new mission, and sometimes they don't, so that might be a little bit finicky. In the N64 they didn't reset. If you died 2 times in one mission and then 1 time in another mission after you beat the first mission, then you'll get an immediate game over because you lost a 3rd life. I haven't seen it in this game, but like, I did have some times where I would go into a mission where a previous mission I died like once or twice, and then I would die and it's an immediate game over, so I don't know. Last one was bonuses collected, but we don't have to worry about that just yet. Feels so good. And you can tell through, as you can see the gold medals on the side, you can see what kind of medal you got for whatever level that you got. So we got Rendezvous on Barkesh. Yep, just Barkesh. I'm not good on a lot of Star Wars names, so I'm sorry if I butcher any of them. Now, the chapter deal will only pop up every couple of levels. Sometimes you just go straight into the mission.
One of our shuttles will rendezvous with a small convoy from local resistance on Barkesh, which must first travel through Imperial territory. They carry equipment and supplies.
So this is our first protection mission.
Your mission is to rendezvous with that convoy and escort it to the landing zone. Good luck.
This one's not too hard. And there's a lot you can get done here. So we got probe droids right out of the gate, so let's go ahead and take them out.
Take your targets and go.
They're just going to do it all for me, it looks like. That's some real feels good right there. Well, not all of them, though. Ah! Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and move up, because there's some more probe droids we can get out over here. If I find every single enemy, I should be able to get gold on this as well. Okay, so that's all that. So yeah, these long convoys we have to protect. The small ones are just combat. It doesn't matter if they make it or not, but generally they do. It takes a lot to mess this one up. But since we've gotten that taken care of, let's actually go a little bit ahead. So as you can see, bottom left, we have ourselves the number 6. That's how many missiles that we have. In the top left, we've got ourselves our health bar. In an X-Wing, because you have an R2 unit, if you take some damage, you'll be able to repair it, okay? So you're usually in a pretty good situation. Let's go and just take that guy with a missile. Oh, and a couple shots as well. We should be okay right here. Nice. Alright, I got another one up here. So yeah, you're okay in this mission until you hear a certain part of the song. And that's when you know bombers are going to come in, and that's when you have to go and help them out. But it takes a while for that to happen. And you can just go on ahead and take care of all of these ATSTs ahead of time, because they're going to be your main source of a problem going on. And last one. I actually kind of wanted to save one of those. So listen for the music. Enemy fighters. I've got that so memorized since I was a kid. Oh, it's crazy. So you get 2 TIE bombers you can take care of here. Again, generally, it takes a lot. Whoa, he kind of moved a little bit strange there. Whoa, did he actually blow up one of them? Oh my god, did he? I'd be so sad. It doesn't look like it. No, he did. Oh my god, I lost one of them. That hasn't happened in forever. Alright, feels bad. I'm probably not going to get the gold now because that's one friendly gone. Anyway, so if you come over here, we got some more we can take care of. There's not going to be another set of TIE bombers for a while now, so we're just going to take these guys out ahead of time. And if you go to the side here, there's a whole subsection deal going on. More ATSTs and a real big-ass turret that we got to be careful of because he will destroy us.
It's imperative you stay with the supply vehicle.
Now, he'll constantly tell you that, but again, they're completely fine. You have to lose, I think, 4 of them, 3 or 4 in order to fail the mission. It takes a lot for that to happen. All right, so we got destroyed a bit there, but we should be okay. Because again, in a ship like the X-Wing, you got an R2 unit that can repair a lot of damage. And until you hear R2-D2 doing the whole entire thing it does, and I'm not even going to bother trying to duplicate, you know, you'll be completely fine. All right, so we're taking care of all of those. So let's get ahead because we might actually have some bombers coming in a bit. Should be around this point in the music, I think. I still can't believe I actually lost one of them. I remember them being able to take way more damage than that, but that's fine. Alright, so we're still fine. God, we lost one. That's probably only going to get us a silver instead of a gold. Here we go. So there's our second group, and then we'll have one more group of bombers, and then we're good to go. We've literally destroyed everything that we need to destroy in this area. So the only thing that'll keep us from getting a gold is A, if my accuracy really sucks. But on the second level, I think that we're still only looking for about 15%. But the fact that I did lose one of the supply vehicles, I don't know how high the friendly safe has to be. So if you look on the radar on the right, you can definitely tell, obviously, the green for good, red for bad. Blue is neutral. They can be destroyed in a lot of cases. These I don't think can. I remember spending time as a kid just waylaying missiles, guns, you name it, just trying to blow them up. Never would happen. Like, when I say I've beaten this game a lot, I've beaten this game quite a lot to the point where I got bored and just would go out of my way and just do other things in the game, like finding new ways to fail a mission, like trying to gun down all my teammates and seeing how long it takes for that to happen. You know, I did a lot, especially when you had a lot of the passcodes that gave you infinite lives, or I think even infinite shields was one of them. I'm not sure. So they're attacking a bomber, so this should be our last one. Just a lone bomber, because why not? There we go. And that's it. Mission's done. They're going to circle over here to where these 2 combat vehicles are, and we'll be good to go. But there's no other threats. We've taken care of everything, so we can just spin around. Never really found a big use for this. So, like I was saying earlier, you know, you do have a life count. You die 3 times the level, game over. But at the same time, I also think that your own life count is part of the friendly saves in the medal. So every time you die, you lose one of those friendly counts. So keep an eye on that, especially if you're really trying to go for gold for everything, which is tough to do. Even no matter how many times I've played this game as a kid, I never got all gold on every single level, because there's some of them that are tough to get gold on.
Pick up the rest of this cargo. The Rebel Alliance will appreciate those supplies, especially after we lost Yavin Base.
Alrighty, let's see. And the funny thing, dang it, I only got silver. It's going to be the friendly, isn't it? Oh my god! I had everything else perfect. That feels really bad there. What a way to end the episode, getting a silver instead of a gold. I'm such a scrub. I've seriously never seen one of those die so fast. But what's really funny in that cutscene, because the cutscenes are really accurate. It'll display whatever, you know, battleship you're in, all that kind of stuff. If you destroy the very front cargo ship, it will not appear in that final cutscene. It'll just be the shuttle sitting there and nothing going around it. It's actually kind of funny. That's going to do it for this part, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you guys on the next part.